lovely Sagittarians. How are you, Saggy? It is Debs, and this is your reading for mid-June 2025. Sag, if you're ready, let's just jump in. The only thing that was in my head were dollar signs. I might be connecting with somebody in the States or Canada. I don't know. I saw dollar signs in my head. You could be concentrating on your finances, your money. You could be investing money. You could be trying to clear debt. Or you may have a bright idea, Sag, of how you're going to make more money, right? Yeah, I think this may be a finance reading, guys. I'm so sorry if you wanted love. But let's find out. Let's see what comes through. Forgive my voice. I've been doing a lot of readings recently. It's a bit croaky. So what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please, Michael? Thank you. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Whoever I'm connecting with is definitely sat in their masculine. You're either taking charge as a feminine, sitting in your masculine, or I could be connecting with a guy, straight up. Let's see what comes through. What have we got for my lovely Saggies? Thank you, Michael. There's a lot of determined energy coming through, Sag. Yeah. Ace of Wands, you're on fire. Okay. You may have a brilliant idea. You may be inspired. This could be a spark of inspiration. You're fired up. King of Cups. Okay. Sag, you may be thinking about someone that you want to be with. This could be love. Let's carry on, guys. In the past, Three of Swords, there was heartbreak. Okay. With the Four of Swords, you pull back to do some thinking, Saggy. In your mind now, the Page of Cups, an apology, or a child. In the immediate future, the Devil. Oh my goodness, okay. Sag, you may be managing what you feel might be a toxic situation, or you may be having a very straight conversation with a Capricorn. In your fears, the Queen of Swords. Sag, you may be fearing communicating with an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini female. You may be fearing an argument. In the environment, Six of Swords. Sag, why do I feel as if you want to have a conversation with someone, a very important conversation with someone, but they've left the building. They've moved to calmer waters. They've taken a lot of lessons with them. So this is somebody who may have done something very upsetting to you, Sag. They may have caused you problems. They may have treated you like a one-night stand. Whatever happened here, you're obsessed with getting to the root of this or communicating with this person, or you may be wanting to call them out. But they've already left, Sag. Six of Swords. So if this is someone who mistreated you, they have received karma, okay, but they don't want to talk to you about this again. In your hopes, hoping for victory and success, you may have wanted to sort of win the fight somehow. The outcome, the Knight of Wands. Sag, you're going to rush forward because you're a little bit obsessed here with communicating with someone who's already moved on. You either want to make your point, you might not have had a chance to speak your truth, to communicate your side of the situation or tell someone how you felt, and you're determined to do so because you may have felt you didn't have a chance to communicate your side of things. Or you may feel, Sag, a bit obsessed about getting back together with someone, and so you're racing after them. You don't want them to leave, or you don't want them to disconnect from you. You're on the move. You want to win this person back. Okay, guys, Clarification, Six of Pentacles. There might have been an issue with money here, or this might have been a very imbalanced, unequal give and take situation. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Sag, you may have felt you were sat in the Nine of Pentacles and you were breadcrumbed by somebody and you're angry, right? How dare you treat me like a one-night stand when I'm actually sitting in pre-Empress energy? You could be cross. Or it might be, Sag, that as a masculine, you may be quietly in love with someone that you had a one-night stand with. You're obsessed about getting this person back in your life. They've already moved on, but you're running after them. What you're thinking about is, oh my God, I breadcrumbed this person in the past. They were the person I should have been with. I could be connected with a masculine. Whoever this person is, Sag, in the environment, Nine of Wands. They're tired, Sag, is what I'm getting. Nine of Wands is somebody feeling really fed up. This is somebody in a rainstorm. It's as if I've had a really bad day. I'm tired. I just want to go home. You know, it's that sort of energy. They've moved on from this, Sag. Yeah, they closed out the cycle with you. They closed out the cycle with you because they had enough. Now, guys, you could be a female here who was made to feel like a one-night stand and you're angry. They may feel as if you want to have a proper conversation about this, right? How dare you treat me like that? But this is someone who knows what they did was wrong, but they've kind of already left the building and closed out the cycle. Sag, they may be embarrassed. They may not want to speak to you. Okay. Could go so many ways, guys. Underneath the deck, we have the King of Swords. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. Wow. This is a lot of mental activity, a lot of clarity and truth. Two of Swords, that somebody is just saying no. Wow. So, Saggy, just to clarify, in case I've completely lost you, you are either a female Saggy who was sitting in pre-Empress energy, you were treated like a one-night stand and you're furious, and you want to rush after this person to basically say, how dare you treat me like that? But you're angry, Sag, because they've already left the building, they've closed the door, and they may not be communicating with you. And you're just cross. You're just cross. How dare you treat me like this, right? You might have thought that you're on the way to building a beautiful relationship with this person, only to realize that they've just stopped communicating with you, and you're just angry. And I don't blame you. If you're a masculine Saggy, I think you fell in love with somebody you treated like a one-night stand. I think you're now a bit obsessed with this person. It could be Sag because they're not running after you, right? It could be your ego's a little bit dented. I don't know, Saggy. They've moved on, but you're obsessed with this person. Even though they're not talking to you, this person may even have blocked you. And you may actually be wanting to travel to see this person to sort of pull them back into your life. But it may be tough, Sag, because you breadcrumb this pre-Empress, you know. If you're a masculine, you may find it difficult. They may not want to talk to you. But you are rushing after this person, Sag, if you're a masculine, because you want them back in your life. Okay, guys, so we are dealing with one of those two scenarios. Let's jump in. Archangel Michael, what is the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands? I was going to say the Ace of Swords. How strange. The Ace of Wands, King of Cups. 10 of Cups. Okay. Sag, whoever you are in the mix, you felt this was going to go all the way. You felt this was your person, Sag. You fell in love. Male or female, you fell in love with this person who either treated you like a one-night stand and then shut the door, or Sag, this is you as a masculine wanting a little bit of fun with someone and then realized that actually they were sat in pre-Empress energy. it's kind of, oh God, what have I done? You know? How are you feeling, my Saggies? How are you feeling? Yeah, 5 of Cups. It's as if, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I thought that this was my person. I thought this was going to go all the way. 10 of Wands. Yeah. Sag, you're either furious because you truly felt that whoever came onto you was going to be the person that you would end up with, or Sag, you are mortified because you had a fling with a pre-empress, left her sort of on the side of the road, left her in the gutter, and now you're realizing, oh my God, what have I done? This was my woman, right? No wonder she blocked me. No wonder she doesn't want to talk to me, but I'm determined to win her back. Sag. Yeah. Saggy. Bless. I mean, as a female, you might have felt this was my person, you know, this would have been my dream person. And you can't believe that you're now sitting there thinking, okay, it was a one-night stand. Wow. I really thought this was going to move forward into something stable and serious. Or you're a masculine Saggy who is pining for a female sat in pre-empress energy, but she's kind of closed the door and you're now obsessed with her. Let's have a look briefly at the past, guys. So 3 of Swords. You were heartbroken because there was an argument. There was an argument with this person, Saggy. Yeah, a lot of fiery messages backwards and forwards. A lot of fiery messages backwards and forwards. And you might have wanted justice, as in, Sag, as a female, you may have met a really attractive guy that came onto you really, really strong, right? Behaved as if you were the love of his life. You might have thought, okay, my goodness, this is going to move into a marriage situation, only to figure out that he just stopped communicating with you. It's as if, what just happened? What did I do? Did he just lose interest? If you're a masculine Sag, you may have met someone sat in pre-empress energy, but treated her like a one-night stand. And everyone makes mistakes, Sag, right? No judgment. That's just what happened. She might have been angry, feeling as if you didn't appreciate her. You may have, with the energy of justice, thought, okay, am I ready for a stable relationship? You might have thought no. And so you headed off to see if the grass was greener or just be single, play the field, only to realize later on that she was the best of the bunch, right? She was the one that stood out. But by that time it was too late because she'd moved on. So whatever this was, with the 4 of Swords, you sat thinking, okay, well, is this person going to come back? If you're a female, if you're a male, you were thinking, what do I do? Do I just heal? Do I run after this person? Judgment. Sag energy. Okay, Judgment. The Sun. Oh, it's so difficult. If you're a masculine Sag, you may have thought, I either make a decision to move into a place of happiness and expansion and growth and run after this woman I treated like a one-night stand, or I sit in Judgment Day, I'm judged by the divine, I take this as a lesson for my future, enlightened that I missed an opportunity and I have to cope with that. What was the enlightenment? What was the Sun? 7 of Swords. Okay. So Saggy, as a female, you may have been distraught, believing that this guy, you know, love bombed you, pretended as if he wanted a long-term, stable, serious situation with you when really he wanted a fling, and you're furious, and you want to run after him and give him a piece of your mind, right? Or Sag, you're a masculine who might have messed this woman around a little bit, played the field, and you're enlightened that they figured out what your game was, and this pre-empress has just closed the door. And you're scrambling behind the scenes now thinking, no, I want this woman back. Well, Sag, she may not want you back, guys, you know. Now, Sag, in your mind is the Page of Cups. If you're a masculine, you may be thinking, oh, the first thing I'm going to do if this woman communicates with me, allows me to talk to her, I have to apologize. It may be, Sag, that you want an apology from the guy that messed you around and treated you like a one-night stand. What is the Page of Cups for my Saggies? Whatever situation you're in. Knight of Swords, yeah, because harsh words may have been spoken. There might have been an argument. And with the Five of Swords, there was sabotage. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Nine of Swords. So, Saggy, bless you. If you're a feminine, guys, then you are wanting an apology from this guy who treated you like a one-night stand, right? You want to give this guy a piece of your mind because he sabotaged what could have been a beautiful relationship, and you've been sitting feeling stressed. You might have felt you met the one, but this guy just did a runner or something. It might be sad if you're a masculine, you may have met the woman of your dreams, but because you wanted to play the field and you weren't ready to settle down, you may have sabotaged this. And this is you thinking, what did I do? You know, what did I do? Because I fancied getting a little bit of this, that, and the other from somebody else, I screwed up what might have been a great relationship with this pre-empress. What did I do? I breadcrumbed her, right? So guys, in the immediate future, we have the Devil and the Six of Swords. You are somehow a bit obsessed here, Sag. You've got to be in your bonnet about this. But your person's turned their back. They're halfway across the ocean, right? They've moved themselves to calmer waters because they didn't want to keep sitting in the Nine of Wands, which is feeling a bit heavy about this, and they closed out the cycle. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the Devil and the Six of Swords coming through for Sag? Thank you, Michael. 18th of July, he's pointing forward. 23rd of July, 28th of July, 12th of August. Sagittarius, you may be deciding to send a series of messages or emails to this person who sort of turned their back. Let's first of all, Sag, have a look at this person's energy. What energy are they sitting in? The Four of Wands. Okay, Sag, this may be tough to hear. This is either someone who is more concerned about their financial stability than a relationship, and that's what they're concentrating on. Or this is someone, Sag, who's already closed out the cycle and they have met someone that they feel is their person. They've met someone else. They may be talking about moving in with this person, but they're thinking about the Four of Wands. How do they feel about you? They're very calm in their mind about you. Temperance, they're very calm in their mind about you. They did feel a spiritual connection with you, Sag, but it's as if trying to move this into a relationship would have been too much for this person for whatever reason. And so they let it go. They simply let it go, but in peace. There's no animosity. There may be a little bit of heaviness here, but they have let it go. So Sag, they may have felt a little bit guilty about it, but they've moved forward and they're now in a relationship with someone else. If Sag, you're a masculine determined to get this pre-empress back, she's either purely concentrating on her stability, her job, her career, her money. She may be a bit weighed down. She may have closed out a very difficult cycle and she's trying to find her feet. Or Sag, she's met someone else already and she wishes you well. There's a strong spiritual connection, but that's it. That's it. What is this person's energy here? The Hermit, Virgo. They've turned their back. They're not communicating, but they're thinking about their life. They're thinking about the past. The Death card, Scorpio. Wow, this major arcana. This is someone who either can't face you, Saggy. They're embarrassed to face you. They might be afraid that you're going to be angry, so they're sort of hiding away. Or this is someone, Sag, who simply felt it was the end of a cycle of their life. They may have grown up via you. They may have learned a lot of lessons. You may have helped them in many ways, Sag, that you didn't know about. This could be you angry that this guy that you felt was the one wasn't reciprocating. But what you're realizing is you helped him grow up, you helped him mature. Yes, he may now moved on to be with somebody else, but he is a heck of a lot nicer than he was with you, because that was your role in his life, right? To help him mature. You may not be destined to be with this guy at all, Sag, even though there might have been a lot of chemistry, a lot of very deep connection with this guy. Sag, if you're a masculine obsessed with getting this woman back because you believe she's the woman for you, she's not. I think this represents that she was a karmic soulmate, again, sent into your life for you to learn serious lessons. You two were never meant to build a life together. She was supposed to be your teacher and maybe healer, right? So Sag, whoever this person is, they're doing a lot of thinking and they're isolating themselves to cope with a tumble of emotions here. A tumble of emotions. They're on a new journey, Sag. They are on a new journey. This is someone who is walking down a new path now. They're inspired. They're walking down a new path. How do you feel? Now, you're sat in the energy of the devil. You, Saggy, could be thinking of a Capricorn that you fell in love with, right? What's the devil? Yeah. Oh, my goodness, Sag. Really? You fell in love with this person. You fell in love with this person. Goodness me. And you may, even with the Ace of Pentacles, been thinking, I'm going to travel to see them. For some of you, you may have had crazy ideas of relocating to their area. What were you thinking about, Sag? This card. The Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune. Sag, you were convinced that this was your person. You were ready to make a lot of changes in your life to make it work with this person. You were even prepared to make a life-changing decision to be with them. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles is uprooting and moving. Wheel of Destiny, I'm supposed to be with this person. Sag, you convinced yourself that you two were meant to be. And what happened? Four of Pentacles. They left you out in the cold. Or you realised they just wanted a fling. What's the Four of Pentacles? Two of Pentacles. Sag, this is you deliberating. Do I try and hang on to this person or not? Do I try and hang on to this person or not? If you're a masculine, Sag, you may be holding back at this point, realising they have moved on because you juggled them with somebody else or you made them feel like an option. And you're thinking, okay, that's my karma. I missed out on potentially the love of my life because I mistreated this person in the past. I didn't respect them, right? As a female, Saggy, you may be mortified, but you may realise that this guy was too immature when he met you. You may have helped him grow up. You may have helped him face his fears, maybe of commitment. He's now moved on and maybe, Sag, he's with somebody else now. And even though you want to rush after him, angry, how dare you treat me that way, what you're going to realise is he's going to block you. It might be out of mortification that he just left you in confusion. It might be he's too embarrassed to confront you and say sorry. What's the energy between you two? The Hierophant. Sag, this was a deeply spiritual connection, but I think one of you felt you met your soulmate, your life partner. The other person knew deep down this was a karmic connection. One of you realized that the other person came into their life for them to learn lessons. The other person thought this was going to lead to marriage. We have two people on completely different pages here, Sag. So, the final card is the Knight of Wands. If you're a female Saggy, I've got to be honest, guys, you're going to realize this person just wanted a one-night stand or a casual connection. You may be mortified, but you're going to get back on the horse, Sag, and you're going to head out there and meet new people. You're going to realize, okay, well, this guy's gone, so let's just see who else is out there. If you're a masculine Sag, you're going to contemplate you sat in the Knight of Wands in the past. Do I still want to continue to play the field even though I've lost this person, this pre-empress? Or am I going to sit and learn my lesson? Okay, I was sat in the Knight of Wands with this pre-empress, which is why I lost her, and begin to change the way you approach another woman or women that you date in the future. This could be you just thinking about things. All right, Sag, so let's have a look. What is the Knight of Wands? Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. If you're a masculine Sag, what you're going to realize is this female left you out in the cold because she didn't feel that you two were right. And you may have mistreated her, okay? She wasn't the sort of woman who was going to be running after you. If you're a female Sag, what you're going to realise is you're not quite ready to get out there and date because you're still feeling a little bit raw about this guy who sort of jumped into your life and then left you behind. You're just still feeling a bit raw about that. It will pass, Saggy. It will pass, okay? What else is on your mind? 8 of Swords. Sag, get out of your head about this. Whoever you are in the mix, there's no point in dwelling on this woulda, coulda, shoulda, or what happened, or I'm angry. There's no point. The Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. Okay. What's the Magician? Wow. Sag, whoever you are, look at that, Emperor, Empress. If you're a masculine Sag, what you're going to be realizing is, I missed out on this pre-empress because I sat in the Knight of Wands. You've been in your head about this. And I think with a Magician, what you're realizing is, Sag, as a masculine, you are ready for marriage. You are never going to behave like that again because you may miss out on the love of your life. You're ready for Mr. and Mrs., right? If, Sag, you are the female who might have been left behind by this guy, he may have not been ready for a relationship, Sag, no matter how attracted he was to you. And what you're thinking about was, I'm ready to find an emperor. Maybe this guy wasn't ready. Maybe this guy wasn't meant for me, but I am ready for marriage. And even though you're upset that this guy might have sat in the Knight of Wands, mistreated you, you've been in your head about this, what you're realizing is you're never going to be treated that way again because you won't let it happen. You are manifesting a serious partnership. Now, guys, we could go a heck of a lot deeper. You may have felt, Sag, male or female, that you've met your true divine twin. You may be in your head, can I manifest this person back? I don't think you can, because even though there may have been a very strong spiritual connection, Sag, this person's closed this out, right? 9 of Wands, World, 6 of Swords, they've moved to calmer waters. So let's have a look, Sag, and see what's going to happen in your future, because I think you have to let this go, whatever it was for you. What's going to happen in Sag's future? The Ace of Cups. Oh, Sag, beautiful. You guys are going to sit in self-love, and there's going to be a new relationship that's going to blossom in the future. Tell us about that new relationship. Goodness. 3 of Wands. Possibly with somebody who lives across the water. You may go on a holiday and meet this person. You may relocate somewhere and meet this person. Your ship's going to come in with somebody new, Sag. Wow. Knight of Pentacles, and you will be totally ready. If you're Sag in feminine energy, you're going to ask a lot of questions to make sure this person's ready before you sort of give in to them. You're going to make sure they're not Saturn player energy. If you're a masculine Sag, you are determined to not let this person go, because you'll be looking back thinking, I lost out on a pretty Empress because I sat in the Knight of Wands, right? Sag, this is going to be a beautiful new relationship with you, and it's going to enable you to release any obsessive thoughts about the past. You're just going to release them, Sag. You're going to release them. King of Pentacles. If you're a masculine Sagittarian, this is you getting really, really serious about your career. You are thinking ahead, okay, about supporting a family, about being a father, about getting really serious, meeting the one. You're ready. If you're a feminine Saggy, I think this is you meeting a King of Pentacles. He could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but this is someone, Sag, that is going to be totally into you. He's not sat in the Knight of Wands. He is ready, okay? Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. So put the past in the past. You were a little bit obsessed about this person, whoever you are in the mix, but you have to let them go, okay? They've closed out the cycle. They're in peace, and I feel they want you to sit in peace too. So, guys, if this resonates, please drop me a line. Let me know. Leave me a comment. And, of course, Sag, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.